Hello and welcome to another wobbly camera guy video. In this video we're going to be reviewing 3 transistor radios from the 1960s. Before we get going, I'd just like to say, if you've got any feedback on these videos I'm making, it'd be great to hear from you, or if you like them, by all means hit that like button, or if you're really adventurous, hit that subscribe button and that'd be absolutely fantastic. So anyway, on to the review. We've got 3 radios. We've got a real-time one from 1963. This is in fact an American import. We've got a Supreme radio, and we've also got one, it's a Linmark. They've all got their leather covers on, as you can tell, different qualities. These two I think are Hong Kong. This one is definitely from America. So we're going to start the review with the real-time one. So here we are. This is the real-time TR1820s. And so it comes in quite a nice little sort of leather case with its own little stand, which is quite sort of natty. And if you probably can't see on the back of that, but it just says genuine top grain cowhide, and it's been stitched by hand, so obviously purporting to be a quality product. Anyway, let's take it out of the case and have a quick look. It's quite a pretty radio. 8 transistors, which was quite good for these small ones. They tended to be like 6 or 7 transistors, so 8 was going pretty good. Nice chrome detail, medium wave only. These tended to be, because these are obviously done to a price to sort of attract sort of the second sort of set owners that people want to just take out, perhaps in the park or with themselves. You know, they used to put sort of little earphones in and truly put them in the pocket and listen to them whilst they were walking around. So let's have a quick look and see what we've got. So we've got on the front, on the small wheel there, you can see that's the actual tune in the stations, and then on the rear we've got the on, off and volume, and on the opposite side simply the earphone. So nothing complicated, nice and simple. I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of little red marking triangles there. What this was is during the 1960s, these are actually civil defence sort of markings, and when there was the real threat of nuclear war in the 60s, as you probably sort of remember or recall from sort of the news, etc. If there was a threat of a bomb, then there was 2 stations that were sort of were going to transmit sort of instructions on what you should do. So basically it's civil defence, and these were found on those 2 marked sort of stations there. Obviously they don't sort of work anymore, a long time ago now, since these sort of were actually sort of activated, but nevertheless it's just indicative of the 1960s. So okay, we're now going to open it up and see what we've got inside. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open it up. These are true coin slots, so let's use the coin to actually open it up. You can see quite a compact sort of set. First thing that immediately sort of you notice right away is the wattage of the speaker. It's 0.11 of a watt, which doesn't say much, but it's probably adequate for normal sort of everyday sort of listening. And they tended to be very low sort of output sort of in terms of sort of the wattage on these, primarily because of the transistors. Don't forget, in the early 1960s, transistors still comparative sort of a novel sort of thing. Valves were still sort of very much in evidence in everyday sort of things, but transistors were coming along. As I say, this is from America. It's a real-time one. This one has been in fact imported into this country. That much I do know from the person I bought it from. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop on a battery. I have tried these. This one does work, as you can tell. I've obviously, whoops, left it on. There we go. See if we can get a station. I say I haven't touched these at all. They're very directional, as you can probably tell. I've also got a lot of noise, electrical noise generating in this garage at this moment, which is where I'm making this video from. Simple reason is they just use sort of small sort of power supplies that tend to radiate noise on that medium wave frequency. But let's see what we can do. Ooh. Very directional. clearly needs some work, I think, is the best description for that, but it does basically sort of work. So maybe that's going to be a video for a future date. So there we have it, clipping back in. Yeah, that is the actual real tone TR1820. We're now going to have a look at the next radio. Okay, so here we have, this is the Supreme transistor radio, made in Hong Kong, as these tended to be as time went on in the 1960s and 1970s. Again, it's got a leather sort of cover, which is always nice because it actually sort of helps keeps the radios themselves in a better condition. This stand is not going to hold it up in a million years, so obviously it's not as good quality as the actual real time one, but nevertheless it serves its purpose. So if we take him out, again, simple designs. These are not perfect, they've obviously had a lot of wear, but they're still interesting sets to actually sort of to actually look at. Again, I'm not sure if you can see, but can you see the little triangle marks there for the civil defence? I'll try and angle that correctly. So there's one there, and there's the other one. So they're on 2 frequencies. And again, what we've got then, as you can see there, this is the tuning dial, and then we just got the on-off at the top there. I think I might have a battery in this one actually. Have I? No. It's my imagination. So, and again, simply a phone socket on the side. This is just 6 transistors, so obviously not as good quality as I say as the real time one, but nevertheless it does what it does. So let's open it up. Oh, it has got a battery. I thought I heard something. Again, as you can see, 0.1 of a watt of a speaker. So these weren't going to give any sort of fantastic amount of sort of quality. They were just fit for purpose. They were just sets that just were there to help you listen to sports maybe on a Saturday afternoon, or you know, if you're going out somewhere in the park and you just wanted to take your radio and listen to the news or music or whatever. So let's see what we can get from it anyway. So I'll switch it on. Assume the battery's good in there. Let's see what we got. Well, that's a little better than the real time one, despite its condition. What else can we pick up? Probably not an awful lot because I'm not in the best reception here. Oh, got another one. You can hear that electrical noise, it's horrible, isn't it? Oh. So there you go, it's actually working better than the real time one. It's had a little heat on the back, as you can probably see during its life, probably a little bit too close to a fire maybe in its day. But nevertheless, nice to collect, nice to actually sort of use now and again. And to be honest, if you drop it or something else, you're not going to be crying out too much about it, because these at the end of the day were produced in the, you know, in the thousands and thousands, and you can still pick them up at boot fairs and all sorts of things really on eBay. I think there's, you know, crikey, you type in sort of pocket radio from the 1960s, you'll see how many you got there. But they're fun, they're interesting. So anyway, let's have a look now at the final one, which is the Linmark one. So here we are, this is the final one, this is the Linmark one. Interestingly, the case actually sort of fastens from the front on this one, and as you can see, although it's a leather case, again the quality sort of is reducing as we're going through these sort of radios. So I guess that as sort of the years went by, the manufacturer started to look at see if they could actually sort of save a little bit of money and still keep their radios cost effective. So here we have the Linmark one. Again, you probably can't tell because it's just, I'll bring it forward, you might be able to just see if I angle it correctly. It just says 6 transistors. This is just actually punched out, they've not even put any sort of painting fill, so clearly it is quite sort of a budget sort of radio. Interestingly enough, the actual dial on the top is a lot bigger dial. I'm not sure if you can see that, so hopefully that might be able to make you tune that a little bit more accurately. Then we've simply got the on-off dial on the side there, and again we have the earphone sort of socket. And if we scan around, see a little red dot there, that's the one civil defence marking. And then here's the other one. I actually don't know when they dropped this. I would guess maybe in the early 70s, mid 70s perhaps, something like that. But again, it's one way of just kind of sort of figuring out when the radio was roughly built in, certainly in terms of the actual sort of decade. So I don't think this one works, but we'll open it up and have a look. It has got a little nutty stand that the other two didn't have, and if you can see that, unfortunately the screw is missing, so when I take this off it's going to ping apart, but as long as you're aware of that. Again, little coin slots on this, just make it easy for people to change the batteries. So I'll grab it, open it. Oh, take that off. That other part there, basically it just traps the actual sort of stand, so you can manoeuvre it sort of in out. It gives it like a bit of a, I think you can see like a spring sort of action there, but I'll have to get a little screw for that one. Gives you basically, in all of these transistors, forgot to show you, they actually give you like a little sticky label that just gives you a rough idea of the components, etc. This it says Landmark transistor T60. I'll have to look that up and see if I can get a bit of better idea of exactly when it was made. Again, pretty much the sort of standard thing. It hasn't got the wattage on this, but I bet you bottom dollar it's a 100 milliwatt sort of load sort of speaker. As I say, this doesn't work, but I'm going to pop a battery into it because I think just to demonstrate that the actual amplifier itself works. So let's pop it in. See if we can actually do anything with it. It's trying to do something. Lots of crackles. Pop them down a bit. Almost trying to work, but can't quite do it. But I think I know the reason why. Let's turn him off. If you look at the back, and this is going to be a bit difficult to see on the actual sort of camera itself, but can you see the capacitors here? There's the top of one, got a couple there. The actual tops themselves are bulging, which means really these capacitors have really had their day. So be interesting. What I might do is actually sort of replace the capacitors on these, see if we can actually get this whole girl working. Might make a video of that, and if you'd like me to do that, by all means give me feedback and I'll see what we can try and do. Again, medium wave only. Very rarely did you get a medium wave and a long wave in these kind of, I'll leave that clip out for the moment, these kind of sort of pocket transistor radios. Again, I think down to cost and probably, to be honest, a lot of the stations, the music stations that the younger generation listened to, and I guess these are aimed at the younger generation, just simply weren't on the long wave, they're just on the medium wave. So let's see if we can line those up. So there we have it, three little shirt pocket radios from the 1960s, all about the same size. I mean, they're roughly about 110 millimeters sort of high, about 30 deep, and about 70 millimeters sort of wide, give or take a bit. So true pocket sort of radios of their day, really. Interesting little trio. I just thought you might like to share these with me, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch up with you soon. Hello, this is just a little clip just to show you guys how I actually sort of make my videos. This is just my bench in the back of the garage. As you can see, a few more radios at the top and at the sides there. And this is all it is. I've actually just got a simple digital camera held in a vise. There's the three little radios that I've just been talking about. Just a couple of notes on the side just as a memory jogger. And that's it. That's all I do to actually make these videos. So you don't need lots of expensive equipment. You don't need anything that is more than what I've got here to actually make a simple video. I mean, you can use your mobile phone rather than sort of the digital camera if you wanted to. But I just wanted to show you that these things are really easy to do. And if you've been thinking about making a video, just do it. I'm glad I started. It's great. It just gives you that little bit of sort of satisfaction, that little bit of achievement, and it improves your confidence as well, especially when you get a bit of feedback or if somebody actually sort of gives you a thumbs up and likes that particular sort of video. So just thought I'd share this with you. Cheers guys.